Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about an indelible mark that Trump will leave on this country, and there is truly nothing can be done to stop it. That indelible mark is going to be seen inside the judiciary. In federal courts across the country, the number of retirements has been remarkable, and Trump's ability to get his people, his judges, into those benches has been equally remarkable. He has been doing a record pace of new federal seats. But more importantly, when you move to the Supreme Court, he is now going to solidify 5 conservatives. And not just 5 conservatives, they are 5 Federalist judges. Those 5 Federalist judges will now control all of the law for the next probably 20 or 30 years. What we'll be seeing possibly is 1 or 2 more retirements after Trump's re-election, and it may go to 6, it may stay at 5. One of the conservatives is very likely to leave, Justice Thomas, during Trump's term. But moreover, what we've been witnessing for the last 30, 40 years is massive disappointment from the courts. Basically, with activist judges saying, to heck with the Constitution, let's just go ahead and put politics ahead of everything else. Well, when you come to the Federalist judges, what you're looking at is right of center. They are not extremists. They're conservative, but more importantly, some of their base values have to do with smaller role of government. A lot of things that conservatives would like to see and wish that the courts had been doing for years, but they haven't. So this change is something that's going to be around for a long time, and it's going to be probably Trump's biggest legacy, is what he will do to the courts in the United States. You're already seeing these activist judges in the West Coast and in other parts of the country being shot down by the Supreme Court. That's going to continue. You're also seeing these judges in Hawaii or California issue rulings that would take place nationwide. And in recent Supreme Court rulings, you've actually seen the beginnings of what's going to continue, and that is the elimination of the ability of a local judge to issue a nationwide proclamation. As a result, we conservatives are going to slowly watch the courts over the next 20 years undo an enormous amount of liberalism that has been pushed into our courts. The New World Order has to be scared to death of this, because they can pass as many laws as they want to, but if those laws are deemed unconstitutional, they've wasted their time, and they know it. And they know that Trump is changing the court in ways that they cannot stop unless they start assassinating federal judges the first time a Democrat steps into office. The reason I wanted to go into this is because Kavanaugh is getting ready to be confirmed. And when Kavanaugh makes it through the confirmation process and sits on the bench, he will be the 5th from the Federalist Society that is sitting on that bench. It's going to be a new dawn for conservatives, where we used to dread the decision by the Supreme Court. Now we're going to be rejoicing. Also, when local courts try to produce bad law, we're going to have a Supreme Court willing to step in and stop it from taking place until it goes through the Supreme Court. So judges, in fact, you're already seeing around the country, liberal judges are starting to get more conservative because they know that if they make the wrong choice, the Supreme Court will override them. So they're having to take a step back, take a look at real law, take a look at the Constitution, and make sure that their decisions are accurate. Trump's effect on the courts in the United States, especially if he gets 8 years, is going to be dramatic in ways that many of us can't even foresee today. But as those cases work their way through the system, as those rules put in place by liberal judges at state and local levels are slowly overturned, we're going to see a return to normalcy in our federal court system. And that is going to be a very welcome change. So, Trump has changed America for the next 20 years, whether the New World Order likes it or not, or the Matrix, whatever you want to call it. We are changing. We are winning. In fact, it's amazing that the mainstream media won't report all of the smaller victories that Trump is achieving inside of government. Over the next 2 years, Trump has plans to start reorganizing government so that it operates more efficiently, like a private business. He is unfortunately finding out in Washington everything goes slow. As a result, he's had a variety of different people studying and doing commissions to make these changes to see how things go. So overhead at the federal level should start going down after the election. But what we all need to remember is that we are winning. And those people in California who quit voting because they didn't think they had a chance to win need to come back to the voting booth. California can truly go red if conservatives would just start voting again in the numbers that Democrats do. In the west coast of the United States, it's liberal because only 3 in 10 Republicans show up on election day. 6 in 10 Democrats show up on election day, so they feel overwhelmed. But it's not by the numbers. The fact of the matter is they're creating their own prophecy that Republicans can't win by not showing up. This November and in 2020, put on your MAGA hat. Get out there and vote. Get people you know that may have skipped an election or two to get out there and vote. It's up to us to make sure that this winning continues. Before y'all say goodbye, I hope you'll take the time to like, subscribe, and please share. We are new, but we are growing, and we're going to be around for a long time. So I'll see you in the next video.